There are myths inside of Adopt Me that can guarantee you to hatch a legendary every single time that you hatch an egg. Today we're going to be going and testing out 10 of them. Myth 1. Jumping while hatching. Some players believe that continuously jumping when the egg hatches increases the chances of getting a legendary pet. Let's go and test this first myth out with a garden egg. So what I need to do is go and press pick up and start jumping, and we need to hatch the egg while we're jumping. Honestly, this makes no sense, but this myth was submitted online and a bunch of people actually believe that this thing works. If this works, then I am gonna go absolutely crazy because this is only one of the 10 myths that we're gonna be testing in this video, and hopefully at least one of them does go and work. So let's go and press instant hatch and go and see what do we get out of the first egg in this. Let's have a look. Myth busted. A garden snake. That is literally the worst pet you could ever possibly go and get out of the egg. That is terrible. Myth number 2. Some people think that hatching an egg in certain locations, like in front of the nursery or inside of a certain house, affects the pet's outcome. I'm gonna attempt the one where it's in front of the nursery. I'm hoping that people think that this is gonna go and give me a legendary. As for what certain houses they think goes and gives them a legendary, I have no idea. For this, we're gonna be going and hatching open a desert egg. We're standing in front of the nursery and we're gonna go and use the instant hatch feature. According to this myth, we should be able to go and get better pets by hatching it in front of the nursery compared to going and hatching it anywhere else. Let's go and press hatch now and spend my Robux. If you're watching and you haven't already liked this video, make sure you go and do that right now and subscribe. 60% of you aren't even subscribed yet. Let's go and spend my Robux. Will we get a legendary? Let's have a look, please. Fingers crossed for a cactus friend. And we have just got a Roadrunner, which is actually an ultra rare pet. So that's pretty good, but unfortunately one stage away from being a legendary. This is a pet that I don't really see that often, the Roadrunner. I will happily accept that. Potentially that means that this myth might be slightly true, that you get better odds of hatching it in front of the nursery. I'm not actually too sure yet. Myth number 3. Some players believe that wearing an outfit themed around the pet they want, e.g. dressing up as a dragon for a dragon, can influence the hatch result. Honestly, this makes no sense, but at the same time, I think it's gonna be pretty funny to go and dress up like that. So what I really want to go and get is a cactus friend. So I'm gonna go and dress up and try and find something that will make us look like a cactus. So I feel like if we just search the word cactus, it might actually come up. Yeah, look at that. We've got some cactus hair. Oh my goodness. For a t-shirt, I'm sure there is a t-shirt with a cactus on. Let's have a look. There we go. Let's search for a cactus hat. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a ton of these. Yeah, we got a cactus face. Let's go and find some cactus trousers to go and match the outfit. This is gonna look ridiculous. How about a cactus accessory, a cactus bag, and another cactus bag? If this does not give me the cactus friend, then I'm gonna be pretty sad. Oh, I think it just got way better. Why didn't I think of this before? Look, I am now a giant cactus. And if this proves anything, then we should go and get the cactus friend out of the desert egg. If this actually works, that's going to be absolutely hilarious. I have no idea. I mean, we kind of look like it. If you look at it, it's got the 2 little spikes. That's very similar as the actual egg, which is kind of funny. So what we want to go and get is the cactus friend, which is a very small odds. I think it's potentially around 2% odds. Let's go and press hatch now. Spend our poor Robux of 35 Robux to instantly hatch this and hope that this myth actually works. Let's find out. Come on, please, please. And we got ourselves an Oryx. If you don't know anything about an Oryx, it's definitely not a legendary, and it's definitely not what we dressed up as. This rarity is a rare, so we've kind of downgraded from an ultra rare into a rare. Does going and dressing up as the pet that you want to hatch work? Unfortunately not. I was slightly hopeful for that, but I guess it does make sense that it wouldn't work, because if not, I'd be dressing up as a shadow dragon. The next myth is holding a legendary pet while hatching. Some say that if you hold or equip a legendary pet while an egg is hatching, it raises your odds of getting another legendary. So let's go into my inventory. I'm going to go and search up the word cactus friend, as that is the pet that I'm attempting to go and hatch. And we're going to go and equip it as my main pet. Then we need to go and have a second pet equipped. I have Adopt Me Pets Plus, allowing me to equip 2 pets at once. If not, you could always go and have an alt account or just borrow one of your friend's pets by going and picking it up. So let's now search the word egg and equip this as the alt. So that means we can now have 2 things equipped. This one is called Talk Too Much. No idea. We're going to go and press pick up. So we're holding the cactus. And then we want to go and press hatch now and pick up at the same time to allow me to hold both. So now we have a cactus friend in one hand and the desert egg in the other. Allegedly, this will go and increase my odds of going and getting a legendary. I'm hoping that we can go and get another cactus friend, or a cryo sphinx would be very satisfying. Let's go and hatch this and test our luck to see if we actually go and get any better odds. And what's it going to be, guys? That is a thorny devil. The rarity of this pet is a rare. Unfortunately, this did not work. Doesn't really look like a cactus friend to me. Holding a pet that's a legendary at the same time as hatching an egg is officially busted. A myth suggests that hatching an egg at night in the game gives a better chance of getting a rarer pet. Now, Adopt Me has their day and night cycle. Currently, we are in the night cycle. You can tell because everything's dark. I'm pretty sure that's kind of obvious. Is there a moon? Yeah, there's the moon, the Adopt Me moon. Love that. So what we're going to do is go and hatch the egg in the darkness and try and get to a point where we can see the moon. I feel like maybe just standing on this bridge might go and give us this correctly. Now, I'm pretty sure this isn't going to work, but if it does, I will be hatching every single egg at nighttime for the rest of my life inside of Adopt Me. So let's go and get this garden egg and press hatch now. Pretty easy, it's nighttime, we're gonna hatch this outside with the moon showing on it. Let's see, can I go and get myself a legendary from this egg? Purchase was successful, wish me luck guys, and we got a blue jay. These myths are going absolutely terrible. That one is also busted. The next myth is using a lucky server. Some players think that certain servers have better luck and switching servers can improve your chances of getting rare pets. This is something that I've never tested or never even thought about. I have no idea if this is true, but we're going to go and attempt that right now. I'm not really sure what we'd classify as a lucky server. Is it going to be a private server? Because that's what I'm currently in right now. But let's go and join something which I think is going to be lucky. I think going and joining a server that's pretty much full might be lucky. Now I have no idea. We're going to scroll down a little bit until we find a server that's got a couple spare people in, that's not full of bots. Let's see. Let's try and find a nice lucky server. This one feels very lucky. Apparently, just hatching an egg in a lucky server might just increase my odds. And honestly, at this point, I will do anything to increase my odds because we've currently hatched 0 legendaries. Actually a queue to go and join the server, which is kind of interesting. Potentially everyone's just trying to join because it's that lucky. But the game is now loading. In case you actually don't know what a myth is, it's something that a bunch of people in the Adopt Me community believe is an actual way that goes and increases your chances of going and getting something. In the same way that people believe that Bigfoot is a real life animal or creature is classified as a myth. The same as the Loch Ness Monster, same as a bunch of things like a Yeti or stuff. They believe that those are myths and that they think they're true. Now we're inside of this server, let's see if we've gone and got any additional luck when we go and hatch the egg. I feel like going and hatching it in front of a bunch of people might be a little bit better than going and doing it in my house. So let's go and open up my inventory, go and grab ourselves a lovely egg that we want to go and get a legendary from. I do have a bunch of eggs inside of the game, but I do sometimes decide which one. I'm still dressed up as a cactus. There's someone here with a mega neon, which is pretty cool. Maybe that will go and give me some luck. Let's go and grab ourselves which egg. I'm feeling like garden eggs as I have 514 of them. I feel like that's a pretty good thing to test. So let's just go and stand right next to this person with a mega neon ghost and hope that being in a new server will go and increase my luck. It's not actually letting me even click on the pet, maybe because it's inside of the ghost. Garden egg, there we go. Lucky server, will it work by joining a server that's pretty much full? You can have 48 people in a server, I believe, with a 48th person. Will that be a lucky thing? Let's go and press hatch now and find out. If it's going to make us lucky, I'm praying that at least one of these myths is actually true. We swapped into a lucky server. Will it give us a lucky pet inside of the game? I think I'm in the unluckiest server possible, as we have just hatched ourselves a garden snake, which is a common and quite possibly the worst pet you can hatch out of this egg is the garden snake. That myth is busted. The next myth is spinning in circles before hatching. Guys, I'm not making this up. This is what people told me is a myth. Who comes up with this? Some believe that if you spin your character in circles before the egg hatches, it will increase the odds of getting a better pet. What? Bro. Okay. You know, at this point, we'll do it. We're gonna test every single myth that people have said. So we've got to test this, right? So this is a weird one. This is a very weird one. So what we're gonna have to do is press hatch now, then click it again to pick it up, and spin in circles. So the best way to spin in a circle is by like spamming all of the WASD, and it will go like this. All right, so you guys are about to hear a bunch of button mashing. I'm just gonna go and spin and hope that the egg gets dizzy enough that it goes and turns into a legendary. Honestly, I have no idea, but let's do it. Let's spin. Let's spin. Let's do it. What are we gonna get? Ooh. Oh. I feel like these myths are actually giving me worse pets than if I was to hatch them without there even being a myth. Myth busted. We just got a garden snake. This is shockingly bad. Hatching with friends around. A myth suggests that if multiple people stand around an egg and cheer, the chances of a legendary increase. Wow, you know what? If enough people cheer that I'll get a legendary, apparently I'll get a legendary. Honestly, I have no idea if this is gonna work. Let's go in the main section, put my rank on, and see if any... Bro, I'm a literal cactus. I feel like everyone's gonna be so confused right now. I need to convince everyone to go and cheer me on. So I'm gonna say in the chat, everyone, say hatch a legendary. Oh my goodness, let's see if this works. I think someone's actually doing a scam over here. This person is saying, spin the wheel and win a cow. Okay, we have got a little bit of an audience right now, which is kind of fun. People have somehow recognized the little cactus. We're gonna go and try and tell everyone in the chat to say, everyone, say hatch a legendary, and see if it gives me luck. We're gonna type that, and see what happens. Alright, let's see. Who here is actually gonna listen to me? I don't know, to be honest. This person, they said hatch a legendary. That's 1 vote. I'm looking for 3 votes. 2 votes! 2 people said hatch a legendary! Maybe if I say it myself, that will count as a 3rd vote. Let's click it. Oh, there we go. 3 votes saying hatch a legendary. Let's see if this myth is real or not. Let's hatch it right now. Fingers crossed. Let's go. Let's see. Please. 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 Look, we got an audience. We got a crowd. We got people excited. And we got a garden snake. Again? Again? Bro. These myths are completely busted. Like, completely in every single way. Busted. That is actually shocking. Do the obby before hatching an egg. There's a bunch of obbies inside of the game. Let's go and head on in. I'm pretty sure they removed the garden obby section. Actually, it's still there. What's the point of it? But we're gonna go and attempt to do the garden obby and then hatch the garden egg. See if that goes and gives us a legendary. Honestly, we are pulling 4 straws, but I'm surprised the garden obby is still here, considering the garden egg has left the game. Okay, so you can still go and do the obby. There's just no sunflower drops to collect. If you didn't know, when the garden egg was in the game, you used to go and collect these little droplets, and once you collected enough, it would go and turn into age up potions. I really don't know why they'd remove them, because what's the point of going and doing the obby now? Potentially the only point is maybe it will go and increase my odds of getting a legendary. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. So this is it. Let's go and make it to the final jump and exit out of the finish, exit the obby, and see if we get any good luck on hatching a garden egg. I mean, it might make sense. Complete obstacle courses for Roblox badges. Well, we got 0 badges. So let's go into my inventory. I've got a ton of lag. I think it's because my inventory is of like 20,000, 26,000 guys. In case you're curious, look, 26,700 things. Yikes. Help me get rid of it. If you have any ideas on how I should get rid of all my stuff, let me know in the comment section. I will literally continue to do live streams until I get rid of so many of these things, because I just have too many. So let's get this garden egg and let's hatch it now, and I'm praying that this will actually work. Hatch now, instant hatch. Can we get a legendary? I hope so. Crossing my fingers as well. We did the obby. Can we get a cactus friend? And we got a skunk, which is an ultra rare. I'm happy with an ultra rare, to be fair. I do like an ultra rare. It's a pet that you don't really see that often. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen a neon skunk or a mega neon skunk. So there we go. Pretty cool pet. Definitely smells a lot, but unfortunately, it's not a legendary, so it's busted. The final myth says to complete all tasks before hatching. Some claim that finishing every task completely before hatching without skipping any increases the chances of getting a legendary. So that means the exact second that we get a task, we have to do it. We can't like get 3 tasks and skip the middle one. I don't know if that makes any sense, but you have to do it exactly as you get the task and basically not allow an egg to get more than 1 task at once, and apparently it will allow you to get a legendary. So I'm gonna go at my house and oh look, I got some bugs. Let's see, 10 bucks and also 100 bucks. Let's go. I'll happily accept 100 bucks. Now we just need to wait for some tasks on my lovely garden eggs. And apparently we're not allowed to go and skip any because that kind of defeats the point of the myth if we go and do it wrong. Okay, we just got our first task. They are both sleepy. We need to make sure that we go and do that instantly because if we allow it to get 2 tasks at once, then we're in trouble. In case anyone is curious, there is currently 2 times pet aging, so that's why it just has doubled. Anyone who's in the Adopt Me influencer program is able to go and get 2 times pet aging. If you want to apply for it, I believe you do need to have over 100,000 subscribers and you have to contact Adopt Me. I feel like some sort of application, as long as you like make Adopt Me videos, you might be able to go and get it. Ooh, there we go. These are the new tasks. Let's go and put them both in. I think this might actually end up hatching the eggs. So let's pray that this goes and gives me the legendary, as this is the final one. Whatever pets we hatch in this video, we're going to be going giving away 2 subscribers. Let's have a look. Will we get a legendary? Alright, that one is not enough. There might be enough, or we might have to do one more task after this. It's hatching. Will it be a legendary? A garden snake. That's right. I'm not going to fake this video and just keep hatching things like people do, where they'll fake the video until they hatch a legendary. We did all these 10 myths. Unfortunately, all of them were busted, and none of them actually worked. Which is why they're called a myth, and why they don't actually work is because it's a myth. You know, I didn't really think they would happen that much, but it was worth a try, to be honest. If you enjoyed this video, click the button on the screen to go and watch another Roblox video that I think you're gonna love to watch next. And make sure you subscribe. As I said, we're trying to become the most subscribed to Adopt Me channel, so press subscribe right now.